that all of you, at least I'm guessing you're Sunni. Muslim, correct? Awesome. If you accept Sunni Hadith, you're going to have to accept the idea that God writes down what you're supposed to do before you were born.
Yeah, that's a biblical idea.
No. And then
that's a biblical idea.
And then
are you serious?
Also adds that you can do good deeds all the days of your life.
You're digging your own grave.
Pause.
You're digging your own grave.
So you're about a handspan away from entering heaven.
Okay.
And then what is written for you will overtake you. And then you will begin to do the deeds of the hellfire until you wind up in hellfire.
The hadith you're talking about.
And vice versa.
Okay.
So we don't hold that God distinctly makes you so that you will go to hell and override
but that's not what we
your
believe,
free
though.
will.
You're misrepresenting our position.
Go to hell.
With all due respect,
that's what we believe.
Can I tell you something?
That's what you guys believe. And unfortunately for you, it's a Sunni position.
Okay, excuse me.
You're going to have to say
you don't know what the Christian position is.
Compared to
do you admit to this?
Within Christianity,
what is Calvinism?
Your belief
what is
in
Calvinism?
predestination and how it overwrites your will is far more pervasive.
So what I found disturbing about this conversation is here we have. Look,
are you going to comment on what I said?
Yeah, I am. Can I tell you what I'm going to say? What I find
sure thing. Or just say
sure. What I find disturbing about this conversation is that you openly and publicly admit to your ignorance of your own doctrines and the schools of thought they're in. Excuse me. So let me finish.
How you supposedly don't have a worse
let me finish. Let me just let you finish. Let me finish.
Well, you interrupt me, I interrupt you back.
Okay.
If you want time, I'm fine with that. If you want time,
I think it's best. Once again, if you can't handle it, a normal conversation. Because it's clear that you get triggered and then you need to get involved.
Just let me finish. So you also get involved.
Possibly.
Okay.
So let's go back to the point. The point I'm making is this: Calvinism, yes, is a stricter position when it comes to the sovereignty of God. Yes. Monalism.
Stricter than what? Sorry.
Stricter than monalism and Arminianism.
If you insist, I haven't looked into it.
Okay, great. Okay, but what I'm postulating to you now, okay, the middle knowledge that Molina described and even people like Craig and so on are defending, has the will of God attached to it. Even Arminianism has.
In what sense, sorry?
Has it, for example, in different senses. So if you want to educate you on this.
No.
Are you asking me to educate you on this?
Don't run from my idea.
No.
Very briefly, in what sense?
All right. So the Calvinists have an acronym called TULIP. Have you ever come across it?
Okay. If you can't simply describe if this will of God
you're asking me a question and you're not letting me finish it.
Very simply.
You're not letting me finish the question.
Okay, you're frowning. Calm down.
Yeah, I'm frowning because you're not letting me finish the question.
Calm down. So, very simply, can you just really briefly just run past this is where we talk about the will of God, the general desire of God or the purveyance of God very quickly, and then comment on
my understanding of the Calvinist position, is that the will of God is so much emphasized that they have something called the elect. There are people that God elects. They call it unconditional election or something. I think it's called unconditional election. Excuse me, you don't know, but it's what is
you don't know either because you're guessing.
Unconditional is TULIP, TULIP. Each of the. What are you laughing at? It's your doctrines. I'm not talking about mine.
Well,
I don't know what you're laughing at.
I don't remember subscribing to the TULIP doctrine, but go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a Christian doctrine,
Well,
Calvinism is
an acronym, but
okay. No problem. But this is how they talk about that.
I'm aware. Just run through it, man.
The idea is this. Even Augustine, for example, in his book.
Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay.
Just get to the point.
I'm speaking. You're not letting me finish the sentence. You said get to the point.
Dude. Just get to the end, please.
The end point is this. The end point is, according to that school of thought, if God elects you to go to hell, you will go to hell. So much so that Augustine believed the following. He believed that if a child is not baptized, that they will go to hell, a baby.
That's
okay, excuse me, it's a view, and it's a view that the Catholic Church held, up until quite recently.
I'm not Catholic, so.
I know, but Christianity has Protestantism, Calvinism, Catholicism, all that. You have to understand that. I'm talking about Christianity here. It's not about you. I don't care about you. You're talking about your position. We're talking about the whole of Christianity. Okay. I'm saying if you look at the whole of Christianity, you have different positions. The idea that the will of God or the sovereignty of God is that which manifests, and that he can decide who goes to heaven and hell from the beginning is something which is clear in Calvinist doctrine.
I would say that probably Calvinists would add the idea of foreknowledge to the equation. Not that they're being elected.
No. That's wrong. That's wrong.
But I would imagine that they would ask them about foreknowledge.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Calvinists have to admit that God has.
You don't know. You said you don't know what God. Yes, they do say that as well.
Yeah, okay, awesome, great. So I know
they say that as well.
So, awesome. That's what I said. So
why are you making this an Islamic issue?
No. Because
why are you making this an Islamic issue?
According to your hadith. Allah.
What do you mean? This is something that you believe in your religion.
No, the difference.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Writes
he doesn't know his own religion.
Sends the angels to write down what a person would do. And the sort of like the hard determinism is to such a degree that somebody will be doing the deeds.
Okay, you see, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Paradise.
With all due respect.
Until what is written for them overtakes them. So
do you want me to respond?
Let's just say, a moment. Let's just say, for example, that Allah said, heaven, hell, heaven. You can do nothing to avert that, but go to where Allah told you to go to. So if he said hell for you...
That's not the position of Ahl Sunnah.
Well, that's what it says?
No, that's not the position of Ahl Sunnah.
That's what the hadith says. So unless you want
let's look at the hadith. No, let's go to the hadith. The hadith is... let me read it. No, let me read it for you. No, it's fine. I got it.
Give him the number.
It's Ibn Mas'ud's hadith. It's mentioned in Bukhari. Yeah?
Did you got the number for it?
There's different numbers depending on it's number 4 and it's number 4 hadith and now is 40, right? Okay, so there you have. إن أحدكم ليعمل بعمل أهل الجنة حتى يسبق عليه الكتاب فيكون بينه وبينها إلا ذراعا. I'm saying it in Arabic. I don't care. You're gonna listen. Let me say it. I'm gonna say it in English. Just listen.
Just say it in English. Then.
You keep interrupting.
Just say it in English.
I'm gonna say it in Arabic first, and then I'm gonna say it in English.
Wait. You tend to do a lot of like fluff. Can you just get to the
point?
No,
I'm not. I'm mentioning the hadith that you mentioned.
Yeah. I don't speak Arabic.
I don't care.
So just go to English.
I don't care. We're speaking in front of many people here. You're not the only person.
You're talking to me.
I don't know. I'm speaking to the public.
Okay.
I'll translate.
Hold on. I'm guessing that all of you speak English at least. You right?
Listen, I'm gonna do my thing. You're not gonna dictate what I say here.
Just get.
You're not gonna dictate what I say. So you can't be patient. In that time, I would have finished the hadith. In that time, I would have finished it.
If everything you say has to have this fluff behind it, just get to the end.
In that time, you would have finished the hadith. You're wasting my time. You are wasting my time.
Translates.
Okay, let me translate for you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Than't you, man. Go ahead.
Okay, excellent.
Go for it.
فيعمل بعمل أهل الجنة. فيعمل. No, listen.
English.
I know you're getting triggered. فيعمل means he does.
English.
Are you letting me speak or not?
English.
He doesn't want to let me speak because he knows. So deep down he knows what's happening.
Yes, you're speaking Arabic and I also speak
Should we just let him talk?
I also speak English.
Should we just let him talk?
Yeah, no, listen, if you don't want to defend your position, that's fine. But ultimately Muslims, you're going to have to realize that you serve a God who will send you to hell for no apparent reason.
All right.
Other than, yeah, translate. Or what?
So are you done?
You go translate?
Do you give up?
Are you going to translate?
So do you give up? If you talk over me for another minute, I'm going to consider that as capitulation. Because you don't want to talk. You don't want me to talk, which means you give up.
No. I said very distinctly on camera.
Your boy here want to throw in the towel for you.
Go.
You want to throw in the white towel for him?
And then talk about it.
Throw the white towel for him.
We're staying.
Throw the white towel for him.
Yo. English, go.
All right. So it says that he will do.
Yo, look at him, man.
So look.
Sorry. I got happy. Go ahead.
If he continues like this, you know it's capitulation.
Yo, my bad.
Capitulation.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm proud of you, though. Please.
You finished?
Okay.
All right. So he will do the actions of the people of heaven. Mm-hmm. Do means that the volition goes back to him. He's doing actions, right? So in other words, he's going to be doing certain actions which will legitimize for him to go to heaven or hell. So in other words, what you're proposing, which is that Allah is putting people into heaven and hell, is not what the hadith actually even says.
Well, you didn't get to the other parts.
What part of it is?
The part where it says that he will be a handspan from paradise.
I didn't mention that.
You didn't mention that.
Yeah, I said. So let me show you. You said get to the point.
Okay.
You said get to the point.
But
there's no winner with this guy.
No, that wasn't the point. The point here is that they are doing.
Do you want me to translate the whole hadith?
Do you want
me to translate the whole hadith?
Where they are doing the hadith. Sorry.
Which part would you like me to translate?
Absolutely. The part
which
where
one would
they
you
are
like?
doing the deeds.
Yeah.
Until they are able to hand.
Okay, fine. Let me translate for you.
And then what is written for them overtakes them.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like me to? Fine.
There you go.
The translation of the hadith begins that one of you will be in your mother's womb for 40 days.
That's further up. Okay. Okay, fine, sure, go ahead.
This means he's giving up, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
This does mean that because it does mean that.
So hijab,
and you know it very well.
So you guys, if you've
he knows it very well.
Hadith, what's happening here is that hijab is going back up to the middle of the hadith and then reading it back.
He doesn't want me to even read the text.
I mean, go for it in English.
What do you want?
Okay, explain to these people why Allah is overturning people's destinies so that they will then perform actions that are in tune with his decree for where they will go.
The Quran is very, I told you already, there's two things going on at the same time. We believe, وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. We started off with that, which means that you cannot will except that Allah wills, right? Which that verse itself it affirms two wills. The will of God, which is the overarching will, which all the wills go back to, and the will of the human being that can do something, right? You have a will, God has a will. Allah's will is overreaching. Okay. So that's what we believe.
So why is the will of God such?
So
at least Allah's such, right?
Are you going to let me finish?
Go ahead.
So we are compatibilists. You know full well, actually I'm not sure that you do, but let's just say that there are three schools of thought in Western philosophy, in Greek philosophy, in Christianity, and in Islam. All of these three schools are very similar, which is that you've got compatibilism, determinism, and you have libertarianism, right? Libertarian free will. If you want to make this very easy, in Islam, just to give you this kind of, in Islam you have three schools of thought which are similar to in Christianity. Make it easier for you. I'm explaining it to you, please. Let me finish. In Islam, you have a school of thought called the Qadariyah, which are also Mu'tazila, right? Which are similar to, which are the most similar to the Armenianists, which means that they emphasize the will of human being and de-emphasize the will of God and the sovereignty of God.
Okay.
The middle one, we believe is Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, the compatibilists, and the one which is quite similar to Calvinism and from our side is the Jabriyah, the ones who emphasize the sovereignty of God above and beyond the will of the human being. We, as my position as Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, is that I affirm two things in a way which the mechanisms human beings have not been able to decipher, the way it works. We affirm the will of human being and the will of God. We affirm that God gives us free will to conduct certain things. That's the position of the Christian majority and the Muslim majority. We don't actually differ on this. So you're bringing this to the table.
It says otherwise.
I know, but it doesn't say what you're saying. It says يعمل بعمل أهل النار.
Literally does. Okay, wait.
يعمل.
Let me get out.
Okay, the word amala in Arabic means he does. Okay, so if it says that
he hears the human, correct?
Yeah. So now I got it. Okay. So what I'm saying is that if it says he does, يعمل بعمل أهل الجنة فيدخلها. He does by the amal. He does with the actions of the people of Jannah, which means that doesn't disqualify or doesn't diminish from the will of human being.
Now,
what you're proposing is that we don't believe in the will of human being.
Can you get to the part?
The Quran says, فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Whoever wills can believe, and whoever wills can disbelieve.
Can you get to the second part, where Allah will then overturn them based upon what's written for them, and if they were determined...
No, but it says بِيَعْمَلِ بِعَمَلِ. The reason why they go into hell is because of their actions.
But it literally says in the English, what is written
no, it says in the English,
them.
No. It says that, but it says that what they will do with the actions of the people of heaven. They will do with the actions of the people of hell in the two parts of the hadith.
Yes, but okay.
So they're doing actions that will go to hellfire.
No. Because initially...
How's that different from Christianity?
Initially, that person was doing the deeds
of
the people of paradise. Then what Allah wrote for him overtook him, and he began to do the actions of the people of the hellfire. So he had no ability of his own to simply choose to follow Allah.
By the way, with respect, you're not representing the Christian position.
Allah deemed that he was going to go to hell, and as a result, regardless of whether or not he is following the deen or not, he will end up in hell.
No, that's not how it works. No one says it like that.
To such an extent,
no one believes that.
That even if the person was a monk
now you're making things up. Now you're making things up.
As long as Allah has deemed for them to go to hell,
now you're making things up.
Whatever is written for them will overtake them to a degree where they will then abandon their actions of piety and then go to
no one says it. No one in the
schools
of excuse me, but no school of thought in Islamic history of 1,400 years has ever articulated it the way you said it.
Well, that's the plain reading.
No, but no, it's not a plain reading. That's your reading. No, actually, that's your reading, and you can't even read your own text. You don't even know your own doctrines. That's not number one. Number two is this.
Hey,
let me ask you a question. Can
you read it, and you're afraid to talk about that last part. But again,
look. Let me ask you a question.
Are you moving on, or are we still talking about that same stuff?
Will. The will of God.
Okay, the will of God
can I ask you a question?
To your salvation, correct?
Yeah, fine. Let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, we believe that you have God's will, then you have the human being's will, right? And we believe that the God's will and the human being's will, they synchronize in a certain manner. There's a compatibility that happens between them. Now, I want to know from a Christian perspective, because this is why I think the difference actually really is. The biggest difference between Christian and Muslim on the issue of free will and determinism is not actually on what he's talking about. It's because we believe in very similar stuff on this, and we have very similar schools of thought. It's actually the following. The question is, how can you have three ultimate wills? You have the will of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now I want to know, how does that circle?
Wait, so you're pivoting now? Okay,
I'm not, because it's the will of God.
All right, no, hold on.
Do you believe in God's will?
Hold on now, hold on.
So let me finish.
Hold on.
No, please. You don't want to go there. Oh, you don't want to go there.
You're about to pivot. So
you don't want to go there.
You don't want to pivots.
You don't want to go there.
Before we do pivots.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have to concede something.
So you don't want to go there.
That your God, unfortunately, acts as a moral monster, in that he is not willing to simply let people follow him of their own volition. Instead, he must determine where they will go, and then do such a degree that even if they're performing the actions that will result in the negation occurring, he will force them to make sure that they are acting in a compatible way with his overall will. Do you agree or disagree?
Of course we don't agree with that.
Oh, really?
We don't agree with that. You're wasting my time with this now.
No.
You're wasting my time with this.
No.
This I already explained to you.
Pivots, okay?
Yeah, of course. You don't want me to go to the Trinity. You don't like it. Because that's where the Quranic argument is. If you want to deal with it, excuse me.
I can give you Trinity as well.
Okay, good. Now we're talking. Now that's where the bravery comes in. That's where your courageousness comes in.
Before we go there,
now he's going to be proud of you.
I hope so. Hey, man.
Okay.
Yo, before we go there, you're going to have to concede something.
He's going to be proud of you.
You're the moral monster.
Okay, you can believe that if you like. No problem. Let's move on.
I'm waiting.
What do you mean?
I'm waiting.
What do you mean?
Concede that, please. And then we can
so you're saying that the only way you're going to talk about the Trinity is if I say something blasphemous about my own God?
I see.
Oh, okay. So that's not capitulation. That's not cowardice. That's not you running away. That's not him going to throw the white towel for you.
Okay, well, again,
you're going to throw the white towel.
Everyone has seen
you want to run away?
That Muhammad was not willing
to
actually partake in the discussion.
You want to run away?
And he ran away to a whole different point.
I'm asking the same question about will. I'm asking about Christian and Muslim differences.
With the idea that his God
What's your name?
Makes people, my name is David. He couldn't deal with the idea that his God causes people to go to hell.
Huh? Mark.
Okay, but that's fine. We'll move on then.
All right, David, listen to me very carefully.
Let me hear
As I've said to you before, and you haven't studied this, I have. So I'm telling you from someone who has. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm telling you from the perspective of someone who has. Your religion, I've studied more than you have.
Really?
Of course I have.
Okay.
I'm accredited from your universities here in the university. Yes, I've done here. Where have you studied?
Sorry?
Your religion. Where have you studied it?
Studied my religion?
Yeah, where have you studied your religion?
Don't worry.
No, where have you studied your religion?
Hey man, churches.
Churches, yeah?
Man,
Which one?
That's what we do there.
Which one?
You want to come over? It's the Angel Church. Let's go over there.
Yeah, and it's just sermons you go to?
Hey man.
Have you been accredited with anything? Have you been accredited with anything?
I'm accredited by the Holy Spirit.
Oh, fantastic.
You got that
brilliant.
One?
Okay.
You got that one?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
Oh, so you're baptized?
I'm baptized, yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm baptized.
Awesome, man. Good for you.
Okay, excellent. Let's move on.
All right.
Let's move on. Let's waste my time. So you don't know.
Hey, man.
So
listen,
you don't know.
I ain't worth anything.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Let me hear.
The main difference I'm postulating between Islam and Christianity on the question of free will and determinism and the question of the will of God is actually to do with the Trinity. So much so that the Quran, of course it is. I mean, you know it and I do. The Quran has verses explicit that are actually polemicizing against this idea of the Trinity and the will.
I think the Quran says that Christians believe in one God, but okay, that's fine.
Where does it say that actually?
Surah 29:46.
What does it say? Christians of today worship one God.
It tells the Muslims to talk to the Christians in the best of ways.
Yeah. ولا تجادلوا أهل الكتاب إلا بالتي هي أحسن إلا الذين ظلموا منهم.
Them have one God.
Yeah. So this is not what it's saying.
So is that what you're doing to me right now? Out of curiosity?
No. You don't.
That's the way. So okay.
The ayah says, ولا تجادلوا أهل الكتاب.
Just do the English, please.
No, I'm not going to do what you say.
Just skip it, man.
I'm not going to do what you say.
I am not Arabic.
I don't care.
Then there's no point in you.
If you don't like it, you can leave. If you don't like it, you can leave.
All I'm saying is
you can leave. You can say Mark and you can hold his hand and you can go.
I'm using the word a lot, but you tend to waffle a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
You talk for like twice as long as you should.
Okay.
Just get to the point.
Thank you for your critique.
That's all.
Thank you for your critique.
So please, English.
If I say in English and Hebrew and Aramaic, I'll do it.
Just get to the English.
No, I don't want to.
I don't speak a different language.
I don't care.
If you want to drive from a point,
do you understand what I'm saying? I don't care about your preferences.
And you know why?
I'm not here to serve you. I'm not here to serve you.
Do you know why I got that?
I'm not here to serve you.
Because you said it in English. So please,
I don't care.
Just say it in English.
No, I'm not gonna.
And then we're better, all right?
Listen, you have to understand something. I'm speaking to tens of thousands of people across the world, and you're not important compared to them. I'm speaking through you. You're not really important. You're not important.
Who speak
Mark
English,
is not important either.
But only Arabic.
You two are not important. You're not important to me.
You're speaking to
people
not important to who speak English fluently.
Do you understand this point?
But only want to hear Arabic
you're not important.
when it comes to the Quran and Hadith.
Because you think you're important. Yeah, I know you think you're important.
Is that what you're doing?
You're not important.
You're
not special. Your preferences are not going to be respected.
If we're having a conversation,
your preferences are not respected.
Go to the end and
no, I'm not going to do it.
That's all.
I'm not going to do this.
I mean, listen, you're wasting time then.
You're wasting my time. Who are you?
No, you're wasting my time because you're saying everything.
You're a person that goes to the church
imagine if I
and hasn't got any accreditation. You're unworthy opponent, really. You're lucky that I'm speaking to you right now.
Well, you came to me.
But you're lucky. So, it doesn't stop the fact that you're lucky. You've hit the jackpot.
All you're doing is wasting my time by double
What time?
Speaking.
What would you be doing? What would you be doing?
Talking to somebody about the gospel instead.
Mark.
Okay? No, don't worry. Mark already believes over here.
Tell the people how.
Focus on me. Focus on me.
I'm not running. I'm asking a question.
Focus on me.
Okay, let me ask you a question then.
Get to the end of your eye or whatever.
Okay, fine.
Do it in English, please. Go for it.
Let me ask you a question. You've got three wills. The will of the Father, the will of the Son, and the will of the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
All right. So now I understand that if God wills something, let's say for example that tree to be green. If the Father wills for that tree to be green, the Son wills for the tree to be blue, and the Holy Spirit wills for the tree to be red.
Okay.
What color is the tree going to be?
So you're going by that dumb Islamic logic.
Answer it.
So suggesting that so the Quran says this in some ayah. He'll probably say it in Arabic or whatever if he knows the one. But it says that if there were more than one God, that they would fight each other for supremacy or whatever. When it comes to the Father, Son, and Spirit, all three share completely in the divine essence.
What color would the tree be?
So they don't will things that are different from one another. There are three distinct minds, but because they are all knowing, all powerful, and all the other.
What color would the tree be?
They all will things similarly.
So what color would the tree be?
So they don't will things contrary to one another.
Okay, so let me ask you, can they?
Well, no, they would not. Because
no, I'm not asking would they. I'm saying can they?
Because they all agree on things.
No, but my question is can they?
They would not.
No, I'm not saying would they. See how he's doing this?
You said can they,
is it logically
would not.
I'm not saying would. Would and can are two different words.
That would imply that within.
Do you understand English language?
That would imply that
someone get him a dictionary, please.
Again.
No, again.
What you're saying?
Can they or not?
What you're saying would imply that the three persons disagree with each other.
I'm asking a question. No, I'm not playing that.
We always see. Listen.
Oh, he's getting angry, are you?
Listen to this part. The mythology that we always see is one where the Father
Mark, get the towel ready.
Is carried out by the Son in the
Get the white towel ready, Mark.
They don't will three different things. For example,
let me speak.
If I was to compare this to your Allah, right? Do you hold to the idea of Allah?
No, don't ask me a question. Answer mine. No. Answer my question. Answer my question.
Don't yell. With these Muslims,
don't run away.
Like you, for example, I'm gonna stand right here. You
answer my question. What color would the tree be?
At the end, I won't leave you.
What color would the be? What the color would the tree be?
It's very similar to this.
What color would the tree be?
Like I told you. The three wills align perfectly.
Can they differ? Can they differ?
They do not differ.
No, not do they. So can they differ? Yes or no? 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 Can they differ? Yes or no?
For example,
can they differ? Yes or no? Oh, look at the running. Look at the running. Get that towel ready, boy.
Again,
can they differ?
And I said they do
Mark,
not.
get it ready.
Again, I'm saying they did not.
White towel.
So, when it comes to your
can they differ? Yes or no?
Hands differ.
Can they differ? Yes or no? He's asking a question with a question.
No. I answered the question.
Can they answer the question with a question?
Now,
can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? Can the Father's will differ from the Son's will? Yes or no?
Now,
can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? He's running.
I'm waiting for
everyone can see it.
I'm standing still.
Everyone. Yeah, can you see it? Yes or no?
I mean, I know he was.
Can you see it? Yes or no?
Unfortunately for him,
can you see it? Yes or no?
I'm right here.
Is he running away from the question?
I'm waiting.
Can the will of the Father differ from the Son? Can they differ? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Can his two right hands?
Did he answer the question? Did he say yes or no?
Can his two right hands?
Can they differ? Yes or no?
I told you they don't. So I'm waiting.
Can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? Yes or no? No. I'm not asking don't. I'm saying can. Logically possible. I'm not saying do. I'm not saying do. Do is a statement of declarative. It's a declarative statement. I'm saying can. Is it logically possible?
Action. They do not.
I'm not saying that do or not. I'm saying can. C-A-N. Can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? Yes or no? Mark, can they differ?
In the divine essence.
Don't know.
That would mean that
get the white towel ready. Get the white towel ready.
And God
do you give up?
Does not differ
do you give up?
So that would mean
David,
that
do you give up?
Do you give up? To the exact same will
say mercy.
Any action.
Say mercy.
Now, when it comes to
say
you,
mercy.
Does your Allah
say mercy.
With his two right hands,
say mercy.
Can the two right hands
say mercy.
each other?
Say mercy.
So, for example, can
say
one right hand will to hold up 5
tap
fingers
out.
And the other to hold up 6
tap
fingers?
Out. Can they differ? Yes or no?
I am waiting.
Can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? Yes or no? He's talking. He's not answering.
I'm waiting for you, Muhammad. Muhammad.
What do you mean? Can they differ? Yes or no?
I'm waiting.
I've got a question.
Do your two right
Answer mine, I'll answer yours.
I answered this.
No, no, you haven't.
I answered
you have not answered. Can they differ? Can they differ? Can they differ? Can the wills differ?
Defending your God.
Can they differ?
With his two right hands.
Do you give up?
Is he capable?
Do you give up?
Fingers on one hand.
Do you give up?
On the other hand.
The people
when
can
one
see.
Agrees to hold up 4 and the other to hold up 5. Over here. I'm waiting.
Don't run. Don't throw the towel yet.
What are you doing?
Just say yes or no.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, unless Allah can help you, I don't think He can. Well, yes. You're looking at your hands. Now, Allah has 2 right hands. Okay. So, can one hand choose to hold up 5 fingers? And the other one choose to hold up 4 fingers? The other one. I'm waiting.
Differ.
I'm waiting.
Can they differ?
Can they
differ?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
He's not answering the question.
Waiting.
Can they differ? Yes or no?
I'm waiting, Muhammad. Can Allah's
Can they differ? Yes or no?
I'm waiting.
Answer my question.
I already answered it.
Who asked question first? Who asked question first?
I answered it twice.
Who asked question first?
On camera.
I'll answer your question.
I'll answer your question. I answered the question twice.
I'll answer your question.
I'm waiting. And
no,
please,
answer mine.
In English,
can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ?
English,
can they? Can the wills differ? Yes or no? Is it logically possible or not?
Told you.
Yes or no? Yes, can they? Go on, please tell us. Yeah.
Now I am waiting.
What is it? Can they or not? Give up.
Answer.
Give up.
Can Allah's right
hand
differ?
Give up, boy.
Can Allah's
Give up. It's done.
Hands differ?
It's over.
You're losing your voice.
It's over. Are you losing your face, boy?
Hell no.
Are you losing your face?
So, can Allah's right hands differ? Can Allah's one right hand will hold up 4 fingers and the other will hold up 5, but then this is a creature, okay? Yes, so imagine your right hand, but 2 of them. Can they do it?
Can they differ?
Yep, can they?
Can they differ?
Can Allah's right
hand
differ?
Yes, you said yes. Can they differ? Is that what you said?
Allah's right hand
Can the will of the Father
differ
from the will of the Son?
You keep asking the same
can
one
they
over
differ?
and over again.
Is it logically possible or not?
I am waiting
Is it logically possible?
Can Allah's right hands differ?
He doesn't answer.
I answered your question, but you're the one who isn't answering.
Are you done, yeah?
Can Allah's right hands differ?
You rule it as a no contest?
Don't run, come on.
Don't run, don't run, Don't run,
Muslims, if you can help this guy, can you help him understand if Allah's
Don't answer his questions. We asked him a question. We're talking about will.
He needs help.
Why is he talking about hands?
He needs help.
Why is he talking about hands?
Because Allah's hands have will, right?
We're talking about will.
Because Allah's one.
No.
So that means his hands
no one said anything like that. No one said anything like that.
Really?
Yeah, no one said. No, we're going back to the question. Can the will differ, yes or no? We don't believe in God have parts. We don't.
Really?
God don't have parts.
Really?
Yeah.
So why did Muhammad say?
Go back to the point. Can the wills differ? Yes or no?
And both his hands are right.
Excuse me.
Can
the wills differ? Yes or no?
Why did Muhammad say that?
So you go to another question.
Why did Muhammad say
diversion?
Both the hands
Diversion.
Are right?
You give up.
Why?
Give up.
If you don't believe in it,
okay, I'm going to give him 3 more chances.
Both hands are right. Oh no! Don't run.
No.
Siraj,
you got 3 questions.
Siraj,
you got. If you don't, no. You got 3 chances.
Okay.
If you don't answer my question about will,
Muhammad,
this is a no contest. It's a knockout.
Muhammad, don't go anywhere.
Okay, you're gonna answer my question.
If you go anywhere, I'm going to say you ran. So stay
I don't
right
care
here.
what you say.
Okay.
Who cares about your opinion, boy?
Again.
Who cares about your opinion?
If you run, I'm going to say you
ran.
Who
cares about your opinion?
Huh? I asked the question.
Can the wills differ, yes or no?
Why can't he do it?
Okay, I'm asking. Can the wills differ, yes or no?
Can hands differ, yes or no?
What? What was that?
Can hands differ?
Can the wills differ, yes or no? Can the wills differ, yes or no? What do you mean can the hands differ?
Can his hands differ?
Okay, if I answer your question, you answer mine.
I already answered you. So
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't answer my question. You said they do.
So,
you didn't answer my question. If I answer your, excuse me.
Differ.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm waiting.
If I answer yours, would you answer mine?
Differ.
If I answer mine, would you answer yours?
I already answered mine.
If I answer yours, would you answer mine?
I already answered.
No, you didn't.
So please, when you answer,
what's your answer? What's your
Arabic.
What's your answer?
I already answered.
Can they differ? Yes or no?
I already answered it.
What's your answer? You said do.
Again,
they do differ. They would. You said would. You said can. Can they differ? Yes or no? Can they differ? He's done. He's done. He's done.
Muhammed Hijab is going to run away because unfortunately for him, he can't defend his God. So all he can do is like stretch or whatever, and doesn't really do anything. So ultimately, my Muslims.
We're done here, brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the Quran states. This is what the Quran says. It's a simple argument. Can the wills differ? Yes or no? Can the Father have a will? And the Son have a will? and the Holy Spirit have a will, and they're different.
Hold up 4 fingers and 5 at the same time, or not. That's the problem.
That's not the answer.
He can't answer it because unfortunately he has no idea about Allah. So ultimately, when it comes, however, to the I answered it myself.
Sorry, the word of Allah.
And Ashari.
Hey, it's an Ashari, huh? Okay, well, look, Muslims all around the world, and whoever watches this, understand very simply.
So now that we're done with this guy, we know now for sure. Christianity, when it stands the test of time, Trinity, we're finished with it. Look at him. He has no answers to the questions. We're done now. Is this the best that is this the best that you guys can offer?
Is this the best you have?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Thank you very much.
I'll catch you later.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
I think she wants her thing. She wants her mic.
Yeah, come here.
All right. Well, it's that simple.
Okay.
Are you going to run? You can't answer one question.
Oh, yes. Yes. Take one. Hi.
I don't know the discussion. I just want to ask you something. If you could.
That's interesting. No, I'll check out. I'll check out the internet. I haven't seen